That was all of them!
I think we did it.
We walk out of the baggage area, and then I saw this tiny phone from all the way over. Yeah, there you go. What a welcome. Welcome to Singapore, huh? For this episode of Capturing Car Culture, I went to Singapore. I wanted to revisit a story that I wrote about 10 years ago. The first time I was in Singapore, I was completely blown away by the car culture, but mostly because of the hoops the locals had to jump through just to enjoy cars as a hobby. We haven't been in Singapore for 30 minutes, and now we're in a gas station with a third of the R34 GTRs on this island. We have 2 Bayside Blues and we have 1 silver one. These things are just getting more and more rare because from what I've heard, these cars right now in this condition are selling for $1 million Singapore dollars, which roughly translates to between 750 to 800,000 US dollars for a R34 GTR. The general consensus among enthusiasts is that the Singapore government would much rather you not have a car at all. This is very evident because in order to own a vehicle and operate it on the public roads, there is something called a COE, short for Certificate of Entitlement. Whether you drive a Toyota Corolla or you drive a Lamborghini, you have to pay the same price. The certificate only lasts 10 years, and if you don't pay, then the car either gets crushed or you have to sell it out of country. On top of that, the cars themselves are so expensive. Everything is about 8 to 10 times the price of what it should normally be. What is he saying? He's super excited.
I don't know.
He loves your car.
Yeah.
I met Ben when I first came to Singapore and I kept touch ever since. Since then, he's gotten heavily into drifting and he's actually become a D1 Grand Prix and Formula Drift driver. Ben surprised me with our very own Tokyo Underground meet, just like what we experienced at Auto Salon, but this time with a Singaporean flair. This took place at a yacht club. I already see some special
for the
cars.
car meet.
Photo shoot. You want photo shoot or
Yeah.
the just
Photo shoot is later.
later? Okay, turn left always later. Multi-story car.
Yeah. Friends.
Friends. Wow, everybody's so excited. Oh my goodness. What is this? So this is actually like a marina club. A lot of cool cars kind of gathered here just to hang out today. If it's expensive to own a R34 here, I don't even want to know how much it is to own an exotic car. But oh, all of these, and I just want to drive that. Because of these draconian laws regarding automobiles in Singapore, so many incredible cars are now in the single digits in terms of how many are left in the country of 5 million people. How many AE86s are left?
5?
5. It makes me wonder how many there were back then.
way more.
Really?
Like everyone's parents had them as like daily cars. They were cheap. Yeah.
Now only 5, and now they're worth a lot of money.
Yeah. We feel stupid for paying for them. But
So how much are they worth now?
the last one probably close to 300,000
300,000 US?
Singapore.
So that's like 275
Yeah.
US? $275,000
Corolla.
for a Toyota Corolla A86. You guys have it hard. And on top of that, the worst part is that every 10 years, if you owned a A86, you have to pay, what, $80,000 to
Yeah,
drive it
that's-
another 10 years?
That's the current price, which I have to pay in a few months for mine.
I'm sorry. Sometimes when your certificate runs out, gearheads in Singapore take it to the extreme. I've heard of instances where they purposely get them quote unquote stolen by driving to Malaysia, which means it has to live the rest of its life outside of the country. But at least you still get to enjoy your car. Ben really surprised me with all this stuff. So I legitimately told him that I was coming to Singapore after shooting in Indonesia. And I told him, look, we're gonna be on the ground for pretty much like 3 full days. And I told him, you know what? You do you, just if you wanna plan stuff for us to do, I'm here to hang out with you. I'm here to check out some car culture like we did 10 years ago. And now he's arranged all this stuff for us, which is pretty cool. So we did some shooting up here, went well, got some shots, got some atmosphere, and some of the supercars left. Now we're gonna check out Ben's other surprise for me, which I kind of have a feeling I know what it is, but maybe I don't. We'll see.
Hello.
Hello.
I don't know anything.
Yeah. The funny thing to me is that most of the enthusiasts know exactly how many of each car is left, because it's such big news in the car community when one gets sold, crashed, or leaves the country. We come to this private club and it's just like so many really important cars in Singapore. From what you've told me, only 9 R34 GTRs, 5 of them showed up. Only 1 R33 GTR, and that one showed up. Only 2 R32s, and one of the 2 showed up to this meet. It really is an honor. It is kind of crazy that the car community is that small, and it's that supportive.
Yep.
Way back when I first came here in 2014, your Bayside Blue R34 GTR is the first one I've ever ridden in. You still have it. You probably haven't even put that many kilometers on it since then, huh?
Since I bought the car, less than 10,000.
And a lot of these people, maybe they don't bring out the cars that often.
No one really drives them. I myself, I just warm it up just to keep it alive.
And then you drive it on special occasions.
Some meets, sometimes like just round to the airport and back.
So what are we looking at here? This
I don't
is
know.
definitely not stock.
Mitsubishi.
It is a Mitsubishi.
Yeah.
How do you get away with something like this in Singapore? I thought you're not allowed to modify your car.
Some mods have to be approved. You could get a JASMA approved Fujitsu exhaust. You have to bring it through testing. So if you do have the papers to back you up, that's fine. You can't really cut a random exhaust and put it on your car.
This is a top secret R35 GTR.
Yeah,
Oh, there you go. Top secret.
yeah.
Smoky.
That's the only RWB in Singapore as well.
Only one RWB in the entire country.
Yeah, it's owned by Jensen Tan. He used to drive in Formula D Asia.
Jensen Tan's RWB was my favorite car at the show. And I wanted to go to his place because he actually told me he built a house just to be able to enjoy cars in Singapore. Sir, there's an elevator here. Right there. This is something that I'm gonna bring over to the US. All right, because I've been to 2 shops now where I had to take my shoes off.
Yeah.
We gotta spend so much time at our shop to clean the floor.
Yeah.
This is how we're gonna keep it clean. Look at everyone's shoes. This is the joke. Like, you know, it's an Asian household when there's like this boundary where everybody's shoes are just outside. But I could see why you want everyone to take off your shoes because this is so clean. Amazing. All right, so we got Benz S14 here.
Yeah.
You got your G-Wagon.
Yeah, that's a OG. This is my e-bike. Parking space outside for the daily.
What people don't realize is this is pretty incredible, it being in Singapore.
I have a great wife.
Very understandable wife.
Yeah.
How many other garages are like this on the island?
I'm not sure. Maybe Ben's house.
Yeah, okay. So
Yeah.
I've been to 2 of them. And then you have the only RWB
Yes.
on the island.
Nakai flew here 9 years ago to get it done.
I do have to say this was my favorite car at last night's meet.
you.
Really, I mean, I love RWBs and, you know, they have a special place in my heart.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
It was a 964 C2. And we did the conversion. After Nakai did the car, I fitted a cage, ITBs, the usual stuff.
The aesthetic stuff, he'll cut it, he'll name it, he'll put all this stuff on there, and then you kind of have to go in and refinish a lot of this stuff. Huh?
Yep.
And then you have a nice Hachi here.
Yes.
What's going on with this?
I'm trying to refresh the interior, electronics. So I just did my own loom, a custom loom. So now I'm measuring up all the injector coils and stuff. Then it goes off for the engine and then comes back for more wiring stuff.
So this one's going to be a classic.
Yeah, it's already
plate.
registered.
Right.
And during COVID, I made a mistake of attempting 2 projects at once.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to do is to trace the original pinouts so that I can get it to talk to the PDM. So using original switches to trigger the pop-up lights and stuff, trying to find which wire goes to where.
Right. Good luck.
Yeah.
So this is what you do at night before you go to bed. Come
Yes.
back from work,
Yes.
work on your cars.
Some people drink, some people gamble. I just wire cars.
That's nice. And then you have Yaris.
Yeah, that's my GR Yaris.
I love those. I wish those were available in the US. And then was
That's
that a
my
thing?
Volkswagen thing.
Yeah. What do you use that for? Just cruising around?
Yeah, I used to drive this in Australia, and I thought it'd be quite funny to drive it here. And this used to be my rally car in Australia. Then the values went up, so I thought maybe it's better off as a road car. So I brought it back, did some restoration. I built the car at K-Tech Auto House in Australia. So I stripped the car apart, prep all the stuff, and they're gonna come and help me put it back together.
Amazing. So traditionally, being a car enthusiast in Singapore, this is so out of the ordinary. It's very not typical for you to be able to work on your own car
Yeah.
in your own space.
Yeah.
What do your neighbors think? Do you think you're crazy?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Crazy guy with all his cars,
Yeah.
tinkering on his cars?
They think I'm running a workshop here.
Oh, illegal workshop,
Yeah.
chop shop.
Yeah.
What a beautiful home. I love it. And this is your office up here with like all your FD, like race suits and
Yes,
stuff?
come. So this is where I hide away.
What a view.
Yeah.
Are you serious? So you just look at out your office and then you just see your whole workshop,
Yeah, and I have friends
all your
hanging
cars.
around.
Whoa, are those all parts for it? Your 86 right there?
Yes.
Just sitting on top of your lift.
Restored and waiting to go back in.
So these are all your old race suits?
Yeah, this is the current ones. These are from back then when I was driving for Falcon. Wow. Yeah, all the old stuff.
Oh, you're an RC car nerd like me.
Yeah, I'm a fucking nerd. I'm sorry. These are all YD2s.
What? You have so many RC cars. These are all your tools. You got your Lexan scissors,
Yeah.
hoodie. I remember they always made the best RC tools.
Yeah.
So where do you play with them here in Singapore?
Before I had all the cars in here, I was playing here.
It doesn't scratch up the floor.
It does, but yeah, it's fine.
Like, what about the fast stuff? Off-road, you go to like some parks
Yeah,
and stuff?
we go to parks, car parks, open spaces. Yeah.
Jeez, what a clean setup. This is just so cool. Like, look how organized this is. If you saw how I was storing all my controllers, you would laugh.
I'm a bit, what do they say, OCD.
Look at this.
These are the most comfortable seats ever.
What are they out of?
They are the original 911 seats. They are way comfortable.
And
wanna
you took
try?
them out of that car?
Yeah. And I turned it into an office chair. It's very nice.
Let me try this thing.
It's good, huh?
Yep. How long have you had this house?
I designed it for a year. It took 2 years. I've been living here for 4-5 months.
Oh, that's it. So
Yeah.
it's pretty new still.
Yeah, pretty new.
Have you showed this to anybody else?
No, not yet. You're the first.
Singaporeans love their JDM cars. In fact, they have a little slice of what it's like to enjoy cars in Japan. There is one 7-Eleven on the entire island that just has 2 spaces where you can park in front of it to take pictures of the sign. The island is so tiny, it's just 31 miles in width and 17 miles from north to south. So the question is, where do the locals actually go cruising? Well, they drive to the airport and back because it's the longest road. And that's what we did all those years ago. And that's what we did this time as well.
Somehow it all worked out. Good job, guys. We're done. Check it out.
After we drove to the airport and back, Jansen actually wanted to check out Ben's house. Ben's place is pretty much a car guy's dream house. It's mostly garage with a tiny little living space.
You are hoarder. No, it's all prepared for future builds. Like this is for my future 32 GTR. This is actually Arch one for my 34. Yeah. This was my old drift wheels, but they don't fit anymore because I put R34 brakes on my AE. Yeah, you can see. works really well.
You have a problem.
Yeah, because last time I was running nitrous.
You have a problem.
My AE also was quite quick.
Oh, oh, you really have a problem.
Then these are for my.
I feel better. I'm not alone.
These are. So the typical car guy garage is just garage and then boom.
That's where he lives.
My bed is like upstairs.
Here's a problem, man. This guy.
Then like.
Darren has a problem. He has a problem.
You have a problem too.
For my future S15. That's why I asked you whether you want to sell your S15 now.
The shell.
I don't know, like I still wanna I already have two S15s.
I'm speechless. This guy's crazy.
Yeah. Everything's everywhere.
We were in the country just for a few days, but I wanted to check out as many places as possible that showcases the local car culture. We actually went to a storage facility that stores a bunch of cars that are just waiting to get aged out. In Singapore, you have to wait for these cars to age out to 35 years old, but on top of that, you get a special plate and they actually give you a punch card and you punch out the days that you actually drive the vehicle. That way, if you get pulled over, the cops will actually ask to see your punch card to see if you're driving over the allotted days you're allowed to drive your classic vehicle. They even take it a step further. They actually weld the plate to the chassis and they have to inspect to make sure it's there permanently. Before we left the island, a lot of the locals gathered at a go-kart place and held a little night meet. This gave us an opportunity to check out some of the local builds.
So
What's
this
going
is
on?
a car meet arranged by JDM Classic SG.
And this is your brainchild.
Yeah, this is me and William. We are the founders for the Facebook page. So we posted online. So everybody is here today just to see you.
Just to see me?
Yeah.
No, they actually came here to enjoy each other's cars.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, everybody's a car enthusiast. So
Yeah.
seeing you is a different thing. It's to give them a reason to come. You know, even if it's a bad weather, they'll still come.
I do have to say, I'm very appreciative of the reception. To my understanding, a lot of these people don't drive their prized cars. And if they're bringing it out, it's like, for whatever reason, it's a special occasion.
Yes, with a special event like you arriving here, you know, it's a special event.
I just wanted to come check out the car culture again, you know, because since I came here last time all those years ago, I always wanted to come back and shoot some video of, because that's the one thing that I kind of regret I wasn't able to do last time, is to capture the struggles that all of you guys have to go through to enjoy these cars. But look at it, it's so many people here. It's amazing. The community is so strong. Visiting Singapore really opens my eyes to how tough some countries actually have it to enjoy cars. We honestly thought we had it pretty bad in California, but it doesn't hold a candle to Singapore. I hope you guys really enjoyed part one. I really wanted to touch on the everyday car culture. In part two, we'll get into the real crazy rich Asians.